Our Razor, John Cena's retirement tour tournament, the last time is now tournament, is coming to an end.
Yeah.
Or actually just started. The first round came to an end almost. We have 2 more matchups left. I think Bronson Reed versus
Mello,
and then Penta versus Finn Balor.
Yeah.
And I think today we should rank every possible matchup that we have at this point.
All right.
And I think we start with Bronson Reed is our least favorite matchup. Not just because I'm a fan of Bronson Reed.
Oh, I love Bronson Reed. He's the best.
I feel like he's taking on Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah.
So the expense of Carmelo Hayes, I don't want him to go through to the next round. And I also think Bronson Reed does have like another storyline going on at the time where he's a War Games match.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't really make sense for him to move on to the next round and beat a younger guy like Carmelo Hayes who has nothing really going for him at the time. Where Bronson Reed does have the vision.
Yes.
So he's kind of has a path. He has a feud with Roman Reigns and all this other stuff going on for him. Where I think Carmelo Hayes is still trying to find his footing in the WWE, and Bronson Reed already found it.
I 100% agree. Like he's 100% right on especially on the feud with Roman. This guy just beat Roman Reigns. He beat Roman Reigns. Well, not technically. He beat down Roman Reigns.
He beat him down.
Yeah, and then now, and to be honest, he's up. Him and Braun Breaker on the rise right now. And I don't think like there's no point of them taking those two out of what they're doing just for him to face John Cena. Because that makes no sense. And I just personally feel like he gains he'll gain a lot from obviously beating him, right? But like story wise, you gain nothing from that.
He really doesn't need he could gain a lot, but I don't think he needs it at all. Yeah, because he's already done enough, and he's already kind of put himself in that position of being a good heel in the WWE. So I think he's like the least likely guy I want to see face John Cena. The other guy also, this could be a tie for last place here. Yeah, because Jey Uso probably needs at least. You know what? I can see Jey Uso winning the tournament, actually taking on John Cena at the end of the year. Because Triple H could be looking at it like Royal Rumble, Jey Uso eliminated John Cena for the Rumble. And now at the end of the year, he ends his career on Saturday Night's Main Event.
How do I mess this up? Right? It's
4 letters, 1 word.
But that clip again, right? Where it's like, John Cena talking to Triple H. We'd have to do a lot to mess this up.
Yeah.
If there's a way. Sure.
And he's like, no, I got this. Don't worry. Jey Uso at the end of the year will be their top star, and he'll beat you in your final match because he needs it. He doesn't need it. I mean, I feel like I think we already know what kind of superstar or performer Jey Uso is. He's a guy who gets the crowd going. He has a decent match. Yeah, and that's it. Like he's not a main event guy. He's not. Jey Uso, he's not a top end main event guy. He's 100%. Not really. He's not built for it.
You know who he is? Kind of like, in my sense, is like Chris Jericho, because the sense of but Chris Jericho's a great worker in the ring, right? But like he got the crowd over, he did all that stuff, but he wasn't like top end.
He wasn't considered he wasn't considered like a John Cena, Undertaker.
Yeah, those guys, right? Good, yeah. He was just a tier below them, and I think that's where Jey Uso is.
He's the type of guy you could put in the World Heavyweight title matches and then the mid card matches. Yes, but he's never going to be the top guy at any time. Yeah,
you could give him the belt for like a month. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think the next guy who actually has a story with him is his brother Solo Sikoa. Yeah, they had a story from I think 2 years ago where Solo Sikoa just kept hitting him with the
spike,
the Samoan spike, and hurt John Cena's throat, and John Cena can talk for a bit. I think that is a storyline wise, it would be a good match. But I don't think once again Solo could use it, even though I don't think he's the guy to use it on.
100%. It doesn't make any sense for him to also. He's also in another storyline where it might go against him versus the Wyatt Six and him right now having a traditional Survivor Series match against all those other guys. Yeah, and I kind of feel like it just doesn't make sense for him to win it either right now. Right. His storyline is going a different way, and you're 100% right. He does have what's called a story with John Cena, one of the few guys to beat John Cena cleanly. Yeah, but I just don't see I don't think he really needs it.
He doesn't. He already got the win over John Cena cleanly too, right?
Yeah, exactly. He got the win already 2 years ago. Yeah. Why does he need the win again?
He doesn't really. It didn't do anything from back then. I mean, that would probably be the time when they should have capitalized on it. But now I don't think he really could use it properly. Following him, I feel like Finn Balor would be a good match.
Yes.
But I feel like Finn Balor might not need it as much as anybody else. All Finn Balor needs is to win a couple of matches, and and just win a world title, and he'll be fine. Yeah, that's all he needs. It's a simple fix to Finn Balor's problems.
2 fixes. Yeah, you do what you did, give him a bunch of wins, and then you just change his theme song. Exactly. And guess what? He's back on top again.
Yeah, that's all it takes. It's such a simple fix. He doesn't need a John Cena match. We don't need to go into depth about why he doesn't need a match because it's obvious. It's a simple fix. Face turn, new old music. Win a few matches, and we got Finn Balor back to being Finn Balor. The next guy, I think this would be a fun match, would be Sheamus, the guy he teamed up on with at Monday Night Raw in a 6-man tag match. This would be like a classic match, but also another one of those matches that we don't need to see. Because even though we've seen a lot of the classics. I think that the 6-man tag was their match together instead of match against each other. Because I know he had a match with CM Punk, he had a match with Randy Orton, match with AJ Styles, match with Brock Lesnar. He had all these matches from this past, but I don't think Sheamus is one of those guys he's gonna have a match with either.
But like when you talk about the guys that like Sheamus isn't at the top of the list, you 100%. Know, when I think about like, and plus I think like the only thing that like it would be good is if Sheamus ends up winning the Intercontinental title from John Cena. Yeah. But I don't think that's gonna happen after Survivor Series. I think, and plus I think I agree with you. I don't think it'll be a good match, but it doesn't really do much for Sheamus anyways. He's on out anyways.
Yeah, and exactly in terms of like needing it, he doesn't really need it. He's been around. He's already been a champ. He's already established himself. The fans love him. Like he doesn't really need this match at all. Following him is Rusev. This would be a fun match because they have history together with the WrestleMania win when John Cena beat him for the U.S. title, and I think they had a few more matches. I can't remember if they had a few more matches. Maybe they did, but I remember the WrestleMania match. I think WrestleMania 31. And he came in the tank and all that, and then they had the match. I don't know, was it WrestleMania 30 or 31? I think it was one of the either. Actually, 31, I think it was. And I think that's the story that they could build on. And Rusev is the guy who came back, and he's kind of being reestablished as somebody who, you know, is like a monster heel.
Yes.
And I feel like beating John Cena could establish that, but I don't think anybody wants to see that type of match.
I don't think it's worth watching that match either. It's like I kind of feel like it's just like it would be like what you said, WrestleMania 31 all over again. It's just like we already visited this back when he was a young guy.
Yeah.
Now he's a seasoned vet. Like, why do we have to revisit the same thing over again? Like, this isn't like you said in like Sheamus. It's not like he's facing Randy Orton. It's not like he's facing CM Punk. Like the big names that he's like that's made the main events. It's Rusev. It wasn't a main event. It was a mid card match.
I also think if you look at this tournament, it's the guy who beats Cena is going to be somebody who's special to the WWE.
Yes.
Or in the future, they have big plans for. I feel like Rusev, they have plans for, but probably at the mid-card level.
Yeah, he's a mid-card guy.
Most of the guys on this list are probably mid-card guys at the end of the day.
Yes.
We just named before this. Following him, I think the guy who could... Like, I think the next 4 guys we have on this list, the top 4 guys we want to see in these matches, are the guys that would put on great matches, who have great futures, who are supposed to have great futures with WWE, at least the next 2-3 years, and are guys that are believable in terms of having a match and could beat John Cena. The first guy is Penta, because the way Penta's been kind of shown off in the WWE and the way they've put him out there is made to be like a future superstar, like a mega star for the WWE, a guy that they want to be the next Rey Mysterio, you know, at that level type of guy, a guy who could maybe win a world title at WrestleMania at some point, and he would have a banger match with John Cena. That'd be a fun match to watch.
That'd be a sick match. And I just feel like he's kind of needs that, like, you know, it would be perfect if he like takes the IC title off John Cena. If John Cena keeps the IC title, and in the last match he beats John Cena for the IC title, because I feel like Penta right now needs a mid card title. I feel like Dominic Mysterio, we get it. We already know he's the future. Yeah. So you don't have to keep the IC title back. You don't have to give it right back to him.
Yeah.
You can just make it a good storyline. And I just feel like because you already know John Cena is going on in his back in the last match. That's just John.
Yeah.
So you don't really need to have him lose at Survivor Series. Also, you could make a good match out of it, like maybe like just teasing us. And I kind of feel like Penta would be the perfect person to take the Intercontinental title from John Cena.
That would make a lot of sense too. Just give Penta his first WWE championship, and I don't think he has one yet. Right?
Yeah, he has not.
That would be great. Yeah. Following him, we got the one and only LA Knight.
Yeah.
They do have a little bit of a story together.
Yes, they do.
A few years back, they tagged up together. You know, they were kind of buddy back then. I could see this being one of those matches that would be like a monster match for the WWE.
Yes.
Because LA Knight could become your main event superstar for the WWE.
Yeah, if they want to push him, but
if they wanted to push him, yeah. But they probably won't, you know, because he's not home. He's a WWE made. He's a self-made man.
So yeah, I you know what? I would love to see this because they do have what's called history.
Yeah.
And they you've seen John Cena like talk about LA Knight in interviews. Like I seen him talk about LA Knight in a couple of interviews.
Yeah.
So like they do have that like history, and it would be a good push for LA Knight to, you know, find like he beats John Cena now. Like maybe this is the chance for him to get the title, like main title, like
beats John Cena, wins the Royal Rumble,
gets on to face whoever, WrestleMania.
That could be a great build for him and make him like, you know, a legit superstar. But that's if we were booking, honestly, that would probably be what would happen.
But we ain't booking it, and so they're just gonna bury him in this tournament against Gunther.
I do think he's a top 3 guy though.
Yes,
in this list of names, he's a top 3 guy. Number 2 is probably the guy who's going to win the tournament. It's Gunther.
Yes.
The guy who I think WWE definitely wants him to be the next monster heel and you know, carry that torch into the next generation of guys. Being the ultimate good guy only makes sense for Gunther.
Yes. I just feel like, but does he need to beat John Cena? I don't think he does. I think he could just put on a dominant performance at like the Royal Rumble or something, and people just believe him as a monster heel. He's already a monster heel.
Yeah.
I honestly think like if you think about the heels in this company, he's like up there. He's like top 2 easily.
Yeah.
Just by just him coming back, his aura. That's who he is. Exactly. Right. It's just like gives off like this guy's a top tier villain.
Yeah.
And I don't think they need to push him to be John Cena. I just feel like LA Knight, Penta, those guys need it more than Gunther needs it.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's if we were booking it.
I also think that WWE likes to do this thing where it's like, okay, who's actually just like, whose character is actually built to be John Cena in this situation?
Okay, that's a good point.
Like John Cena is an all-time great.
Yes.
Are any of these guys built to beat John Cena? Maybe LA Knight. I don't know about anybody else on the list who's built to beat John Cena, right? Because we're thinking about a guy who's an all-time greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time.
Gunther's built to beat John Cena. He's won a world title twice. He's pretty much a monster in every other way. He's beaten so many of the top guys already. Like, this guy's supposed to be the guy that I guess Seth Rollins probably ends up beating Seth Rollins at some point. Beats guys like Cody Rhodes, beats guys like Roman Reigns at some point in his career. You know, he's gonna be one of the top heels going forward, and I think he'll probably have like a WrestleMania match with Braun Breaker at some point. And I think John Cena is the guy that, you know, he's the guy that would establish himself as Gunther would establish himself as one of those top guys. Because right now, I don't think you'd put him in that category with guys like CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Rhea Ripley, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. Those 5 people are like the top guys in the WWE.
Yes,
those 5 top 5 in the WWE. Gunther doesn't he's not going to get pushed into that conversation yet until he has a WrestleMania main event, which I think could happen next year.
If you build it now,
the match we want to really see, though, the person we think deserves it the most is Carmelo Hayes.
100%. Like, there's no reason for Carmelo Hayes not to win this tournament.
He's even him and John Cena have a little bit of history because they had that match, I think, on NXT a few years back where Paul Heyman was in Braun Breaker's corner and John Cena was in Carmelo Hayes' corner. So I think they had that little, John Cena's like, in storyline, you could be like, John Cena to pick this guy to be the next big thing, where Paul Heyman picked Braun Breaker to be the next big thing, and you have another future main event, WrestleMania main event between Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes, like in maybe 3-4 years, which should happen, right?
Yes.
And I think Carmelo Hayes has been lost a little bit here in the WWE where they don't really know what to do with him, and it shouldn't be that hard to figure it out because he's like he's solid in every way possible, right?
I just feel like, what's funny, like how him and Braun, like when they're both in NXT, they were touted to be the next 2 guys, right? Yeah. And then Braun goes on, he wins the Intercontinental title, and then now he gets Paul Heyman in his corner. Yeah. While Carmelo Hayes goes on to SmackDown, he gets The Miz in his corner, and he's stuck feuding with The Miz for some reason.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. I think even though we want it to happen, I think it won't happen because for a few reasons. First of all, he still got to beat Bronson Reed. So by the time this video comes out, who knows? Maybe Bronson Reed already beat Carmelo Hayes and crushed our dreams, or he beats Bronson Reed because then he has to wrestle Gunther next, and Gunther I don't think is going to lose outside the final rounds or whatever all that is.
That's true,
and that's the only issue for Carmelo Hayes right now in terms of storytelling. It doesn't seem like it's likely at all for him to win.
I can hope, though.
I think him versus John Cena would be a great match.
It would be a great match,
launching pad for this kid who, needs it more than anybody else on this list.
Yeah, 100%. He 100% needs it more. Like he's the guy that like I would like put up there. Like people talk about the future of the WWE. Him, Obafemi, Dominic Mysterio, and Carmelo Hayes. I think those are the 4 guys you'd put up there to be like, oh, these guys are going to be the next 4 faces of the WWE. And I kind of feel like they're kind of like just losing him in the shuffle right now. And this would just be like we said it over and over again in this video, but like it'd be a great way to establish him now. Like even he doesn't have to go on to win a world title after this. He could go win a mid-card title. He could have a good match with Ilya Dragunov. He's been having good matches with Ilya Dragunov in NXT.
Yeah. So
like I just feel like you could build so much off him winning this match against John Cena.
I think one thing John Cena said in the past when he was wrestling like Austin Theory and all you guys, like, you build this up. If I build up this match and you beat me, that gives you more leverage or whatever moving forward. Whoever beats you is like a star now, right? I think that's what they're gonna do with Gunther. Gunther beats John Cena. Now the future stars are built through Gunther. Same way what they did with Undertaker and Brock Lesnar. Even though people weren't happy with that decision, obviously anybody else could have beat him. But like if there was one person who's believable to beat Undertaker, it was Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
And Brock Lesnar was used to put over guys like Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre the next decade. And I feel like that's what they're going to use with Gunther. Have him beat John Cena, establish himself as a monster, and then the next generation of superstars are built through beating him.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Well, that does it for this video. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.